Welcome back, guys. Welcome back to previously asked Code Beta question series. All right. So today we'll solve logic pyramid. If I'm correct, then I believe this question came in 2016 Code Beta. Okay. So this was a pattern-based question. You have to find the logic behind this series, and then you have to, print this logic. Like you have already attended many questions like this. When you started coding, like star star and something like this. So this is sort of like that question, but since it's code beta, so the level is a little notch above. All right. So let's move on to the problem description. Identify the logic behind this series. This is the pattern. The number in the series would be used to create a pyramid. Okay. The base of the pyramid will be the widest and will start converging towards the top. Okay. So the shape will be like this. Let's just get an idea. All right. Something like this. Okay, so keep in mind spaces are very important. You know, uh, the boundary, the spaces, the tabs, it's these are very important because you have to make it look like pyramid. And since it's a pattern-based question, if you mistake some space, it won't do. Okay, so where were we? Each successive layer will have one number less than that on the layer below it. All right, that's what pyramid means. Three, then two, then one. Okay. The width of the pyramid is specified by an input parameter n. In other words, there will be n numbers on the bottom layer of the pyramid, and the pyramid construction rules are as follows. First number in the series should be at the top of the pyramid. Last in number of the series would be at the bottommost layer of the pyramid, with nth number being the rightmost number of the pyramid. Okay, with nth number being the alright, so largest number would be on the right side. Number less than 5 digits must be added with the zeros to maintain the sanctity of a pyramid when printed. Have a look at the examples. Okay, so if the input is 2, this should be our output. As you can see, we have padded since our number 6 is much less than the rest of the number 6 is less than 5-digit number, so we have padded the rest of its space with 0 in order to maintain a uniformity. All right, this makes the question a little bit easier because now we don't have to focus very much on spaces. Okay, so if the input is 3, then this is our pattern. Okay, so formal input and output specification are this and this, and for input they'll provide us with a number, and for output we have to provide this pattern, and the constraints are from 0 to 40. Okay, so suppose if we have n equals to 5, then we'll have the pattern will be like this. I'm just printing star right now to just to give you an idea. So 5 elements will be below at the bottom, right? And after that, four elements will be on top of it, and then three, and then two, and then one. Okay, so now let's come to the main part of finding the pattern. Yeah, right, that is the most important part in this question. How you come from 6 to 28, and then 28 to 66, then 66 to 120. Okay, so once we are done with this, we'll look how to account for the spaces, and after that we'll look how to print all the values. Okay, so firstly let's start with the most hard work, and that is finding the pattern. Okay, so these are numbers 6, 28, and then 66, and then oh, 120, right? 120, and then 190, and then 276. Okay, so these are our numbers. Now let's start finding the pattern. So this is my personal method. How I find a pattern when I'm provided with such numbers is I basically start subtracting them. Okay, so 28 minus 6 will give me 22. This is my first approach whenever I encounter any pattern based question. So I'll use that trick here also, and let's see if it works or not. So 66 minus 22 will give me sorry, 66 minus 28 will give me 38, right? 38, sorry, 38. And then 120 minus 66, then it will give me 4 and 54. Okay, and 120 minus 190 minus 120 will give me 70, and I'll just 276 minus 190 will give me 86, right? Now right now I can't see any pattern in these elements also. So what's my next step? I just go one depth below. I try to find a pattern between these elements. Suppose if I'm not able to find a pattern between these elements, then what I try to find a pattern between the differences of those elements. Okay, So 22 minus 38 will give me 16. 54 minus 38 will give me 16 again, and 17 minus 54 will give me 16 again. And by the way, this is not just a coincidence. This was the way this pattern was created. Okay, so 86 minus 17 will give me 16 again. So we have successfully found founded our pattern. Now we just have to find how are we going to create this pattern. What will be the formula? What will be the generic formula? Okay, so let's see. What was our first element? Our first element was 6, right? Now what was our second element? Second element was 28. And how can I create 28 using all these previous values? Okay, just try to think of it as a wall, and 28, just create a wall vertically from 28 below, and we'll try to create the value of 28 with its previous value, with its predecessor. Okay, so how do you create 28 with 6 and 22? It's very simple, just add both of them. So if I add 6 plus 22, I'll get 28, right? Now what after that? Suppose after that I have to create 66, right? So how do I create 66 with 28 and 38? So 28 plus 38 will give me 66, right? Now if I do this sequentially, so let's just say 66 plus 54 will give me what, 120, right? And 120 plus 70 will give me 190. 190 plus 86 will give me, sorry, will give me what, 190 to 76, right? Just give me a second. All right, sorry. 190 plus 86 will give me 276. Okay, great. Now I don't see any pattern here. Okay, so I'll have to actually break it uh, a little bit more, because you see, we actually find it the difference between these values to find a pattern. Okay, so how can I break 38? 38 is equal to 22 plus 16, right? Because the difference between 38 and 22 was 16. So if I this we write it 28 by with the summation of 6 and 22. So I can write 38 the same way. 38 will give me 38 is basically, sorry, 22 plus 16, right? And what is 54? 54 is 38, sorry, 38 plus 16, right? And what is 38? 38 is 22 plus 16, right? See, this 22 and this 16 and this 16, these three value make 54. And similarly, if I add another 16, it will give me 70. If I add another 16, it will give me 80, 86. So I just have to replace all these values, all these uh, the extra values with summation of 16s, and I have my pattern right here, right now. Okay, and by the way, I can even break 6 like this: 6 plus, sorry, 6 plus 0, right? 6 plus 0 will give me 6, and 6 plus 22 will give me uh 28, and after that 22 plus 16, 22 plus 16 plus 16, 22 plus 16 plus 16 plus 16. Okay, so basically this will be our starting value. We'll start with 6. That's a given. Let the value be 1, let the value be 2, let the value be 3. 6 will be the first element, and we know that. So let's just say that 6 is our start. Okay. After that, what I'm going to do is I'll create another variable named as extra. The initial value of extra value 22. Okay. And after I iterate through the loop once, I'll keep on adding it with 16. And that's how this pattern will be created. Suppose my initial value was 6, right? So firstly, I'll add 6 plus 22, I'll get 28. And after that, at start I'll add 22, and after that I'll sequentially keep on adding 16, 16, 16. So after that I'll add 28 plus 22 plus 16. So after I'll get this. I'll basically increase the value of 22 with 16 every time I iterate through the loop. Okay, and I'll have my pattern with this. Okay, it's pretty simple. So my start will be 6. Let's just say my start will be 6, and my extra will be 22. And what I'm going to do is every time I iterate, sorry, not iterate, I iterate, I add what, 16 in 22. So this value will keep on increasing. Okay, so this is going to be our printing method. This is basically the logic. This is basically what we were supposed to find. Okay, now there's another little bit problem, not a very tough one. How to maintain the spaces? Okay, since the this is the first element, the number of spaces here will be 6, and at the second level the number of spaces will be 3, and at the third level the number of spaces will be 0. Okay, so it's pretty simple. Suppose let's just take that the input is 3 and this is a pyramid. So the number of spaces at the first time will be 6, and after that it will be 3, and after that it will be 0. So I'll just have to create another loop, and this loop will take care of space. And what I'll do is, uh, firstly I'll print 6 times, after that I'll print 3 times. So I can just break it like this: 3 into, sorry, 3 into 2, 3 into 1, and we just have to find a pattern in everything we solve. Okay, so 3 into 3 into 2, 3 into 1, 3 into 0. And by the way, just the size was 3, right? So I'll just iterate my loop like this in the range of 0 to, sorry, 0 to size of, let's say, 0 to, firstly it should iterate like 3 times, and after that it should only iterate like uh, once, and then 0. Okay, so 0, let's say that when we are at the first row, then it should be, if my value is I. Okay, so I'll just say size minus I minus 1, and I'll multiply it by 3. Sorry, 3. Okay, all right, I think this will work. Suppose I am at my first index. Okay, and my I is basically starting from 0. So when my value is 0, when my value is 0, my loop will run how much time? 0 to, from it will start from 0 till size, that is 3. 3 minus 0 will give me 3 minus 0 will give me 3. 3 minus 1 will give me 2. So this will give me 2, and 2 into 3 6. So I'll print space 6 times. Okay, when my I will become 1, then from 0 to size minus I, 3 minus 1 will give me 1. 1 into 3 will give me 3, and after that it will become 0. So okay, this is my logic for printing the spaces. And the padding, it's simple. I just use a format method. Okay, so do I have to take care of anything else? No. What about printing these elements, first, second, three? So I'll just use, at whichever row I am. uh, if I'll start my indexing from 0, so I'll just add 1 every time. So I'll create another loop for this. My complexity will easily go till n square, but that's not a reason to worry about because the constraints are very low. Okay, so I'll just, if it's I, then I'll just take I plus 1. I'll print till, I iterate my that loop till I plus 1 time, and when it becomes, it will become 1 here, right? So 1 plus 1. So I iterate till 2 times. I have two values. When it comes here, it will become 2 plus 1, and this is the way it will sequentially increase. I hope you are understanding what I'm trying to say. My I will iterate like from 0 to n, right? From 0 1 2. If my input is 3, my I will go like 0 and then 1. Sorry. My I will go like this: 0, 1 and 2. I can actually even just start from 1, but for easy purposes I am starting from 0. So uh, 0 means I have to print only one element, 1 means I have to print two element, and 2 means I have to print three elements. So I just increment it by 1, and that's not something I must concern myself with. Okay, so let's start with the interesting part, coding part. Very simple. Okay, so first things first, I'll just take my input in size. Okay, and after that I have my main. My main will be, as we have mentioned before, I wrote the code here somewhere. Okay, so my main will be my main part. It will be 6, and after that my extra part will be 22, right? After that I increase 22 with 16 value. Okay, now let's start. For I in range of 0 till size, right? Decent, right? Pretty simple. For j in range of, from where to where? From 0 to the formula I created. What was my formula? Let me, size minus I minus 1 into 3, right? And this will work perfectly. So I'll just put it here. Okay, anything else? No. and after that I'll just have to print my space. Whether how to print a space, I'll just have to use this. It ends with space, not with new line. By default in Python you end with a new line. Okay, so I'm done with my space part. Now I have to print my pattern. Okay, for j in range of 0 to I plus 1, as I said before, I plus 1. Okay, now I'll have to print it and pad it at the same time. So I'll just use this method format, and I have to format my I have to print my main starting from 6, and how much I have to pad it. I have to pad it five zeros. I have to pad it with 5 zeros. Okay, and I'll end it with a space, because when you look at the pattern between these elements, they only have one space, so I'll just print one space between them. All right, and now I'll increase my main. I'll just say my main will become main plus extra, right? So my 6 will become 6 plus 22 will, it will become 28, and my extra, which was 16 before, I'll add which was 22 before, I'll add 16. Okay, so my extra will become extra plus 16. All right, great. Okay, and I think this is the complete code, but I'm not sure. So no, I need to actually print a end line here also. Oh, okay, I'll just print just like this. Okay, so I think this will work. Let's just try to execute it. Okay, so if the pattern, if the input is 3, wow. Okay, so it works. 006, this, no extra space, no presentation error, nothing wrong. And let's just check with our constraint. The maximum value was 14, so why not just try it with again, run my code, and this time let me enlarge my console screen. 14, let's go. Okay, beautiful. And they know that the value will they are smart enough. They know that if you put the constraint till 14, then the last value won't exceed a 5-digit number, that is 87990. But if we had just gotten a little bit further, if I had suppose my input was 15, then this last layer, it would have exceeded with 5. Instead it would have become 6 digits, like that. So we have to devise a new pattern for that, but we don't need to worry, because we have successfully solved our logic pyramid. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you liked it, then like it, comment it, subscribe it, and share it, and whatever all. Okay, so thank you for watching it.